Hello, good evening, good
Hey,
evening.
it's
How's
me.
everybody doing on this slightly soggy Wednesday, which I'm not mad about, mind you. I've been
I
promised
love it.
rain.
I
I was
love
promised
it.
rain starting from last Thursday, and we're only just now starting to get it, so I will
Essentially,
take it.
Mother Nature is cashing in the rain check.
I don't get it.
Anyway, welcome to Live with Fefe and Freddy. This is episode 5 of season 14. I am your rich auntie that has no money. And
Your rich auntie who has no money.
yes, we all have one. Um,
I don't.
I'm Felicia Fifi Minor. And over there is Freddie Prince Charming. I'm trying to I feel like there is a look that I feel like I feel like I've seen something like this, but I don't know how to pinpoint it. I don't know what it is. Like that
Huh.
rocker. I don't
It
know.
could be. I just kind of threw some stuff on. I'm like, I wanted to be able to use the hair, and I'm like, I don't know. Let me just.
It looks good. It looks good. Of course.
I'm getting better at blocking my eyebrows.
Oh. Was it my tutorial that helped you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh. Anyway, so we've got another jam-packed show for you because the news
Always.
of our lives and that appear on the TV has been endless, bountiful, um, something of that nature. So tonight we'll be talking about what does grief look like, or excuse me, not look like, feel like, and why doesn't it look the same for each of us? We'll also talk about the government opening. I was so mad. It literally did it after we were done with our broadcast. Literally. The doors opened and files are spilling out or not. And you asked for it. Some good news this week, and we just might have it with a question mark. It was really hard to find good news.
It's yeah.
And I tried really hard. I spent like 4 hours looking for good news. So
The fact that we have to look that long to try and find anything like positive is.
I mean, you Google positive news or you look around in different news mediums and it's very even the stuff that is kind of curated as good news is not feel good. Like,
No, not really.
yeah.
No.
Anyhow, we want to thank our patrons who sign up to get exclusive content on our Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/live with Fifi and Freddy
I
and get
literally just
all of
realized that
that.
your contacts are two different colors in this picture.
You were there. You
I
I was
understand
there.
that. I've literally been looking at this picture. Every time you put this up, I'm like, something is throwing me off, and I couldn't figure out what it was. That's what it is. And I just realized it.
I was this is why
I,
you need to sign up for our Patreon because Freddie never pays attention to me. And
I don't even know who you are. Uh,
anyhow, if you support our Patreon, like Bill, Brandon, Cassandra, Chris and Michelle, D, Drake Jensen, and Michael, Casey Starr, Carrie and Corey, Joan, Laura, Madam Askew, and the Grand Arbiter, Nicole, Patricia Mason, and Shannon, you too could get exclusives that are on the website when you go to patreon.com/live with Fefe and Freddy.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. And we are wearing wigs of a kind this evening.
We are. Both of us even.
Look out
I
there.
was finally able to get the couple wigs that ended up at my house to Felicia over the weekend. So they are now home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotta decide what which ones I'm going to wear
And
first.
she put the one on that she's wearing, and I was like, "Oh, you somebody's auntie."
Hmm.
It works. It works great. It's fit.
Should
I'm
I
like,
look
this
like
is
the
very you.
disappointed auntie?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, the one that's going to judge you, your life choices, your partner.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, and then put $1 in the collection plate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Maybe 50 cents. Maybe 50 cents.
covered in lint at the bottom of her purse.
That she couldn't afford. Anyway, as we make
Mm-hmm.
up backstories, if you want to support
Mm.
us, just message us. We will take all of your money. It takes a lot of money to look this cheap. Um, it
I'm
does.
not
I
even wearing
promise.
pants because I can't afford them. I'm only dressed from the waist up. I'm just
So
Winnie
am
the
I.
Poohing it.
And it's raining, so I have no shoes either. So I walk in the rain with no shoes on.
Uphill, both directions to get from my house to the drag cave. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. Very
Oh. I don't think I put a question up there. Did I? Oh, I skipped
sad.
right over it. My
You
goodness.
did.
Wow. Um, the question I had for the audience tonight was which comfort food or guilty pleasure makes everything just a tiny bit better?
Mm, I would say my comfort foods are always usually something Asian. So
Mm,
a lot of times it'll be like like a hot pot, which I've been craving lately, or like going down to H Mart and like getting something from the food court or something like that. Like that, that's my comfort food. That will always be my comfort food. Quick sort of aside. So the other night I was dead asleep, right? And I was dreaming about Thai noodle soup, which I think I ate every day for like 5 years because it was part of in our it was in our cafeteria. Like it was made in this giant vat. Like, oh my god, and it was so good. I ate it every single day. And in my dream, I could not remember how to say noodle soup in Thai. And it woke me up because I was so distressed about it. It woke me up because I couldn't remember how
whoa.
to say it. And I was like, I have to know. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, I always have to go pee. So I got up, but I took my phone with me and I'm like, how do you say noodle soup in Thai? And I was like, oh my God, thank God. I'm like, okay, that was stupid. I don't know how I forgot that. It was just gone out of my head. And I'm like, this is dumb. I literally
Things
ate
that
this.
make you go,
Like,
hmm.
but while I was doing that, I found two great recipes for a couple of noodle soups. So that's gonna be on my radar sometime soon, I think. So that was it just
Oh.
yeah. Yeah.
And if you haven't been on our panel, Freddie has loaded it up with different recipes over the summer. So,
And they're free. They're for the free subscribers, which
mhm.
I probably after the holidays I will try to get in to try to post another recipe like once a month or so. It's been hard lately. I've been busy. Work has been dumb. There's been other shit, so I haven't really gotten around. I haven't been
They
doing
want
as
us to
much.
do jobs and
Right. Like I haven't been doing
things.
interesting
Ugh.
cooking, it's been mostly let me just,
Um,
I know it sucks, but I
yeah.
will after the holidays hopefully be able to try to do that and get back into it like once a month or so if I can. No promises.
Okay. No problem. Same. Let's see. Um, how was your week? Oh, I didn't say what my guilty food
Mm,
is. I I like seafoodish things because
mm,
my
yeah.
family just likes seafood. So anytime that like we're out at a restaurant or time that you've seen me
Mhm.
anywhere and I'm not, or it doesn't have even with my family, I order seafood if we're out somewhere because I'm like, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Give me
Right.
all of it. Um, I love sushi. Um, yeah, yeah, seafood. Seafood would
The
be
the
my
the
jam.
next time we go to H Mart, you'll have to get the seafood noodle soup that I usually get when I'm there because it's so fucking
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
good.
okay. Yeah. So if you see me out and about, I'm probably ordering seafood because
Because you
these
can.
people in here. Watch on Patreon. We talked about it last week. How was your weekend?
My weekend was actually pretty good. So every year my partner's work like does a whole zoo lights thing. So her work takes over zoo lights for 2 days. Um and
Yes.
so we always take the kids, we always, and so this year we went again. And last year it was so nice. I had a beanie, I had a jacket, I was drinking hot chocolate.
Oh.
This year it was almost 90. It was like it was like 85, I think, and it was
Was
like
it?
it was still, yeah. It was still like it was still pretty, but it really kind of like
Like you were at the
eh.
beach and
Right,
watching
like
zoo lights.
it wasn't it
Well, even
wasn't
at the beach, it's cooler.
Christmassy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it kind of sucked. Like it not the event itself. Like I can't do anything about the fucking weather. You know what I mean? But it's like you want to go to those things and you want to be like you want to be chilly and you want to be able to have your hot chocolate and you want to be able and it was really hard to I'm like I shouldn't be sweating. Like it is mid-November. I should not be
Did you
sweating.
forget where you live?
But I was cold last year. So
And global warming does not exist.
no, it doesn't. It's a Chinese hoax. Um, and then we did drag bingo and cats on Friday, which was it's
Mhm.
always a good time. We sold out, even though some people didn't show up. That's on them. Thank you for your donation. We appreciate it.
I
Um,
appreciate that. Uh-huh.
I think
It
I
was a
think it
very
was
interesting crowd.
yes. I think almost
Um,
everybody was new, with the exception of maybe one or two people.
mhm. The back, where Carrie was, I don't think they were new.
Mm.
Um,
No,
and,
they were. They kept saying that they'd never been there.
oh,
The table that she
really?
kept talking to, they kept saying that they've always wanted to go, but they've never been able to go. So that actually
Oh,
was their
wow, I'm
first
glad we
time.
can make their wish come true.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and I'm so used to everybody that has been there bringing snacks that are, like, of a different variety
Hmm.
or,
Yeah, it
this,
was
that,
a
and the other. It was
very
very bizarre,
interesting.
and, um, there was a lot of White Claw and High Noon, though I do
It's okay
not
because it went along with the Alexa that
mhm,
mm,
though I do not recommend grapefruit White Claw.
it- I wouldn't. I mean,
I
I don't drink White Claw
don't.
anyway, but the grapefruit White Claw
It
sounds even
was
worse.
gross. Um, but speaking to what Freddie was talking about, so we get there, and I can't really hear what she's playing, but she's playing things, and so, like, we start the event, and
We always try to find, like, fun
We
background
Yeah,
music, so something upbeat and,
and so we are asking Alexa, "Play, like, party hits," and she starts playing something like Taylor Swift.
No, it was Carrie Underwood.
Oh,
It
even
was
worse.
Carrie Underwood. She started playing it was Carrie Underwood,
And it was a
and then it was
ballad, wasn't it?
something else, and we're like, "What the fuck kind of party hits is this?" And then, we went to what was it?
I tried a couple. Um, I tried the 2000s party hits. I
Which they went to
tried
straight to something else that was super white, like,
Yeah,
it was something like Carrie Underwood-ish, and we were like, "The fuck?"
and then somebody in the audience recommended we ask for the tempo playlist.
Yeah, I don't know what
Mm,
the fuck that was. That
no.
was I don't know.
Then the
And then
part
you
that made
you asked for you asked for urban party hits.
Yeah, and it played reggaeton, and I was like, "Oh, um,
And then we went for 90s party hits, and the first thing out the gate no, it was
90s
90s
hip hop."
R&B. 90s hip hop or R&B, it was something hip hop. And the first thing it plays is fucking Vanilla Ice. I'm like, "Oh my
I was
god.
very disappointed. I was so
Oh my." It
disappointed.
got better after that, but oh my god. I've never that's how you know, like, who has been playing music on fucking
I
Alexa
was like,
when
"Mine
everything
doesn't do
is
this."
no, mine doesn't do that either. Like,
So,
the Alexa was whiter than this glove right here, okay? I
we
was shocked
literally
and
could
appalled.
not.
It
We
was the f
literally could
oh my
not.
god. Oh my god. And then we the same the same woman that suggested the tempo playlist decided that
Mhm.
she was going to be helpful because, we'd never done this before. And,
Uh-huh. Only been doing it for
um
20 years, that's fine.
right.
Mhm.
And we've been doing bingo for how long now? Almost since before the pandemic at the
Mhm.
so it's been 7-ish probably years, give or take.
Mhm.
And we're one of the things that we do during bingo is we do the bylines. So it's the B's and the I's, right? So usually we just take the B's and the I's, put those back in the hopper.
You should have saw this woman's face. She
And
got
we
up in
before
arms.
we had decided the B's and the I's, I think I took like maybe 2 or 3 G's and put them in. And then we were like,
Yeah,
okay, let's do the bylines. So then I started grabbing the rest of them. And she raises her hand and
yeah.
is like, to make it easier, you could just put like the B's and the I's in there.
Mhm. We are like, "Okay. Yeah,
Thank you.
we've done this before.
Thank you so
Yeah, this isn't
much.
our first one." It's
Sh I
okay if you think it is, but
I just thought it was I'm
it
just like, "Really? That
wasn't.
was like that's
She was
it?"
very the anxiety that was on her face
I
was legit. Like,
It
I was
was it
like,
was it was an interesting crowd. It was a very interesting crowd. And then Saturday, I went to Wax a Bear over at
"How was
Anvil.
that?"
This year, it was a fundraiser for Ripple Phoenix. I know they raised a good deal. I don't know what the final tally was, but Jeremy Bright did get waxed. I think he ended up going for 550
Whoa.
and ended up people pooled their money. So if you have different people
No.
pooling their money, then every person gets to pull a strip. So I think he got like 2 strips here, like 2 strips
Oh,
across his belly, and then like 1
no.
down the middle. Oh, that shit hurts. You know
It's
what?
pretty
Bravo,
hairy, though.
Jeremy. I know. That's why that shit hurts. And I'm on your chest. I'm like, oh. So
Kelly Clarkson.
here. But that it was a good
I love
event. Again, it
Marissa.
was it was warm. Like the last 2 years, I was chilly, and almost everybody there that was in leather because it's a leather event. It takes place at Anvil. And everybody that was like dressed in leather was like, this is dumb. It's hot. It's too hot. I'm
It
like,
was
this is like
uncomfortable. Everybody go
it
follow
was
Marissa and get a
yes,
wig.
everybody go follow Marissa. She posted some fun ones. She
I
posted some fun
know. I'm
ones.
kinda looking at some of them.
But yeah, but other than that, it was a good event. I won a pair of chaps, so that was fun. I didn't win any of the baskets that I wanted, and I did speak to a manager about that because I feel like it was very transphobic, that I did
Oh,
not win one of the baskets that I wanted.
especially during
Um,
Trans Awareness Week. Oh my
right,
goodness.
right. I feel like I should have had an upper hand, but whatever, it's fine.
It's okay. I don't have
Um,
affirmative action anymore, so you don't.
that's
No,
just rude. Rude.
no.
But I mean, but it was still a good event, and I still got to see people that I don't get to see on a regular basis and stuff. So all in all, it was a good weekend.
Yes. I enjoyed the weekend as well. Um, Friday we did drag bingo and cats. I just want you to know, I demolished the Freak Boys or Freak Brothers pizza.
It's
Um,
good. It's a good pizza.
I did
It is
not
a
have
good pizza.
any chance to like look back at it. Um, it was gone, and I didn't realize that I had eaten it all.
You gotta grab the slice, and you're like, ah, shit.
Um, but yeah, and the Mexican Sprite can't go wrong. Anyway,
Mm.
um, and then on Saturday, I'm still living with little ones, and so um, the school. I think we talked about this last time because I was so
Hmm.
excited about it. The school offered to do like a play date event, and so like 3 to 4 hours of one of the children disappearing at the school,
That's
and
awesome.
we did some grocery shopping and got ready for Thanksgiving, and hopefully the amount we spent, I hope that we got everything.
Right.
If not, I will post the Patreon link again,
Right.
um, be because, we're parenting over here, and, it's expensive.
Which, speaking of parenting, okay, so
Mhm.
oh my god, these kids. So we have the kids this week, and before we even get them, we're like, all right, who are we feeding on what days? Like, what days are people not going to be
Do you
here
have,
so that
like,
we can
Sign Up
plan?
Genius for the nights that you're gonna
I
eat or
they'd never,
something?
they would never fucking use it.
Stick
They
to a
would never fucking
schedule.
use it.
Got it.
So we asked, all right, who's going to be here? When are you going to be eating? Whatever. And then I repeated it back to them, right?
Oh,
Because the youngest was like every day but Thursday. Okay. The other one was like, um, what was he saying? He said Tuesday after work, and then Thursday, or yeah, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay. And then the other
okay.
one was like, not Wednesday and not Friday. I'm working. Okay. So I repeated this back to them, right? So the one, of course, that says that we're not feeding him tonight or Friday texts me a while ago and goes, "What's for dinner?" Nothing. Nothing. You
No,
told me that
no.
you were not going to be here. He's like, no, just after 9. Okay, you didn't say that. I even screenshotted the thing and I sent it back to him and I said, I even repeated it back to you.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, no, we did not plan on you being here because you said that you were not eating
Mhm.
here. And
Wednesday nights is fend for yourself night here, so
his brother will say that he will be here after work, which means if you're making something, leave leftovers or make enough for me to eat later. Like he did that last night. And in fact, I had a feeling since he was closing that
Mhm.
if he was going to be eating here, that his friend who he usually closes with will be eating here as well. And I even said as much to my partner. I was like, wait, I'm going to wait for Mikey to text me and ask if there's enough for Isaiah. So I just made enough for
Mhm.
his friend anyway. And sure enough, Isaiah wants to know if there's enough for him to eat. Yes, I already planned on it
I'm
because I
sorry.
know how this goes. Ugh, kids are annoying.
So, people that hire parents, you should know that we come equipped with, like, pre-planning,
Mm,
mhm, mind reading,
mm-hmm. Eyes in the back of our head.
mhm, and often hearing, "You should have known."
Mhm.
I don't know if you
Yep.
hear it at your house, but I hear it at mine. I should have known. Mhm.
Uh, y yeah, we get that that. Well,
In different
I told you,
variations,
like, I
folks.
mentioned it forever ago, or we
Or I
whatever, blah, blah,
mentioned
and
it
I'm
when
like
you were heading to the bathroom. Okay,
right.
I was not thinking
Is
about
it on the
that.
calendar? Because if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, you have to put it on the calendar. Otherwise, we have
We have
trying to
things to
juggle
do around
5
here.
people, like, you have to put shit on the calendar. Like, especially when you have 2 that are working, and, like, it's like, no, there's you have to put shit on the calendar or we can't I and if you don't tell me something, then I'm just going to assume that you're not going to be here or whatever. Like, if you don't answer, I'm gonna assume that you're whatever.
Mhm.
It's annoying.
Well, welcome to our lives, and, again, they are all busy all the time.
Yeah,
S
yeah.
Mhm, mhm, but so are you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm busy. I'm not even sure why I'm busy. Like, I don't know what I'm like, people are like, "What have you been doing?" And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've been busy, but I don't know what I've been doing. I don't know why I'm busy.
Oh,
I just have
jeez.
no time for shit. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, boy.
I know.
Alright, let's get into the tip this week. Uh, Trigger warning, we may be talking about mortality.
I say trigger warning, content warning, maybe,
Content
just a
warning.
heads up. Just a heads up. Just a heads up. So, we usually like often with the tip, we usually, even if we're talking about something that's sort of on the more serious side, we try to keep it light and bring it, um, especially with all the other shit that's going on. But this week, I just because I've seen a lot happening in the last week or so, but I really want to talk a little bit about grief.
Mm,
And one of the reasons is, so there's a couple reasons. A friend lost their mom sort of unexpectedly last week. Like, she'd been in the hospital, but it looked like she was getting better and on the mend, and they expected her to be home, and she's not. And then we actually lost a friend suddenly, and very unexpectedly earlier this week. And that has sent an entire community here in Phoenix, and beyond. I would say in Arizona almost.
mhm,
An entire community of folks into a grief spiral. Um, and I think it's different when someone passes after a long illness,
mhm.
versus when, it's sudden and unexpected. Doesn't make it better or worse. It's just different. You people that have lost, loved ones or whatever through long-term illness, it's not like you're ready for it necessarily, but you've had
Never.
time to kind of
Process?
prepare and to kind of process ahead of time and, get things in order, put your paperwork in order, get all of that, situated.
Let me
Um,
just lay down.
and I think that the way that we tend to grieve and deal with either situation, I believe it tends to be a little bit different. Like, but also, grief doesn't just come with the loss of life. It can
Mm,
come with the loss of a relationship, either romantic or platonic. It can come with any change, especially bigger life changes. You can even grieve the idea of something the idea of losing something without it even actually happening yet. And it does look different for everyone, for every situation. You can, like, I still, for me, like, I still grieve the loss of some of my pets. Like, there's,
Mm.
like, I get, my pets are my babies, and there are times when I'm still, even pets that I lost 15, 16 years ago, like, I still miss those animals.
Absolutely.
And you can grieve situations. You like, I know that if my partner and I ever move
Mhm.
and either sell this house or whatever, like, I will grieve this house. I don't I will I will grieve losing the people, or not losing, but leaving the people
Or the
in Arizona. I
memories.
don't know, right? I don't know that I would necessarily grieve like leaving Arizona necessarily, but the people and the connections and stuff that I've made.
Mm.
Um but so it's not just, grief doesn't just come with a loss of life. It comes with anything like that. And it's, the five stages of grief still sometimes happen with those different situations. Now, I think most people are familiar with the five stages of grief, but just in case you're not, so we have denial,
Mhm.
where there's that disbelief or shock that it's even happened. Anger, directed at the situation, yourself, or at others. Bargaining, so you're attempting to negotiate with a higher power to reverse the loss. It's
Ooh.
futile, but you're going to do it anyway. Uh, Depression, you have that sadness when it finally hits you.
Mhm.
And acceptance, where you're coming to terms with it and you're trying to move forward. Now, the thing is not everyone experiences each stage, and they're not always experienced in linear order. So it's not like a checklist where you're like, oh, okay, I've lost something, so all right, now I'm gonna do denial, check,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna go down and do anger and do so. But almost most people, I think, experience most of the stages in one form or another. Like, I know with me, when ending like a serious relationship or something like that, I think for me, I can always tell when I'm starting to get over the hump and start healing when I'm angry.
Mm.
The depression
Mm.
comes before.
Oh, so
So,
yours comes out of order.
right, out of the sort of technical order, depression
Yeah.
is always what comes, like, first for me, like that deep sadness. um
Mm.
I can always tell when I'm starting to get over the hump, when I'm just like, you know what, fuck this, fuck you, this is bullshit, I didn't do, you know what I mean, when you're for me, when I'm angry, that's when I can tell that I'm starting to kind of get over that hump. Because
Um, I feel like, especially after 2020 and during some of the election things, I feel like I've often grieved the version of myself or a version of other people
yes,
um, very often
yes,
um, because you just don't. It's almost like you don't know who is with you, or I don't know. Um, but I feel like that idea of who I thought certain people were, it fades. And then I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, so who am I to these people? And
right,
who am I to myself? And am I moving away from this? Where am I going? And
right,
I would say that I turn into the anger, and have, I definitely don't like when people say that I cannot or I will not.
Mm.
or they want me to be the version of what they think I should be. I end up fighting that so much, and you turn into
It's
that beast that you're
it's
like, "I am a different version now."
if you I like I think that like a lot of times if you think back on the things that you did to try to either fit in, or you let go of who you were in order to be whatever version somebody expected you to be, like that can
Mhm.
absolutely, for me, that can absolutely bring on grief, because it's like I've it's a feeling of missing out. Like I could have been a better version of myself had I not tried
Done
to
A, B, and C.
change, or
Mhm.
had I not listened to this person or whatever, you know what I mean? Like it like that I could have started transitioning quite a while before I actually started transitioning, had
Mhm.
I not had the
The
things, the
noise.
outside
Mhm.
influences and stuff that, you know what I mean? Like I probably would have started transitioning in my 20s. Maybe I would have had hair for a while. That would have been nice. Um I never got to I only got to experience that for a few years, and then all of a sudden it started thinning like crazy, and I was like, "Man, I
Ooh.
never got to experience like being a dude with like a decent metabolism." So that's
Oh.
I know, it's a thing. But we I think everybody in one way or another has experienced grief and loss, and dealing with that can be so difficult. You want to mourn, you want to have that time to be able to process, but often you also know that life has to go on. You have to keep doing the things that you need to do. Maybe
Mhm.
you have kids or you have pets that need to be tended to. You can't just not, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter, how depressed or how like you sometimes you just have to keep going, doing. And I think sometimes people see other people doing life after a loss and kind of go, well, that they obviously didn't care. And it's like, no, that's not a thing. Like life, you sometimes you not everybody has the luxury to just be able to sit in their grief and stop doing life.
Yeah.
Like you're allowed to grieve on your own time in your own way. Like when I heard about the loss of our friend on Monday, it was in the middle of my workday,
Mhm.
and um my partner was actually at like about to leave work on lunch, and she texted me and was like, "Oh my god, did you see this?" and sent me a screenshot of the post. And I was like,
Mm.
What?" Like I had to go and look at it myself to really be like, wait a minute, like what? And it took me a second, but I
Mhm.
was I was in the middle of my workday, and I was working on a case that had a deadline, and like I didn't like my partner comes home for lunch, and we're both upset. She's crying, I'm tearing up, and but I'm also trying to work on this case. I can't just not work on this. Like I have to do my work.
Yeah.
And
But how does that feel when you can't, like,
it's hard.
shove the emotion
It
down?
was hard. Like I caught myself throughout the rest of the day, like I was hurting, my heart was hurting, and I was so incredibly sad, and I pushed through it. I powered through. I kept working, but it was like I'd catch myself every so often, just I couldn't stop the emotion. So it's like
Mhm.
I'm typing through tears. And it's like what am I supposed to do? I can't not. And seeing as more and more people found out, like my feed was just full of disbelief, of the, like it was
Yes.
you know, it
I
was
will say
like,
I
oh,
found out I mean, Monday was such a overwhelming day because I had a lot of things going on, and I didn't find out until l I was, like, going to bed. Like, that you have those days where you don't even look at your phone because that's
right,
how
you're
busy
just
you are,
right,
and so I'm looking, you had posted something, and then I'm like, "Well, what?" And I'm like, "What happened?" And so then, curious mind, I'm, like,
right.
looking, and I'm like, "Oh, no." And, like, I feel like I'm kind of removed, from certain areas. Like, I don't go to shows as much as I used to, or I don't perform with people as much as I used to. So,
Right.
um, I feel like I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Um, like, what do I do? Like, I don't know where that feeling comes from, but I'm, like, always like, "Okay." Um, and I've always, from a young age, have had a problem with death.
Hmm.
And so, I think mortality, ending life, that scares me, for whatever reason. Um, but I don't know. Feel like I'm still processing, and I feel like I process very slow, and
It's
I feel
y
like it might hit me when I least expect it. And I might be one of those people that people might look at me and go,
right.
"Well, why haven't you posted anything?"
And I
Well,
mean,
I'm
that's the
still kind
thing,
of
like,
in a
and
cloud, and
it's like, and also in like, the day and age of social media, it's like if you don't post something, then do you really care? And it's like,
I do care, just in case
as
anybody wants to know.
right,
But,
like it's not. Yeah, people are, and collective grief is a thing. Like we're
Mhm.
with this situation, like we're all going through it together, and I think we're kind of working through like the denial stage right now because everybody is just like,
Mhm.
how?
Yeah.
Like there's no way. Like that doesn't make sense. It doesn't, someone, younger than me is all of a sudden like what? Like it's still
Mhm.
it's so everybody's kind of going through this collective processing denial, like it's and that's the thing is that
Okay.
a good friend of ours lost her partner, and I
Oh,
think that is kind of what hits it for us as well, because it's like
what do you do if
and
your partner all
right,
of a sudden disappears?
and so it's hard. And
Uh, can you read this one? After my dad
after my dad
passed.
passed, for the longest time, I didn't realize I was in a deep depression. I couldn't enjoy anything for a long time. It wasn't until 2 to 3 years ago when I broke through, and that can happen,
Mm,
and, I think when it there are some things that when it comes to grief and loss, and I think that the things that need to be said, and that's you don't get to dictate how someone grieves. How you
mhm.
grieve may look different than how somebody else's grieves. Yours is not the right way.
And you may not grieve the same way every time that you lose someone.
No. It's different. I remember when we lost Dylan,
Mhm.
and the initial shock was
That was
difficult,
a hard hitter.
but I remember when we went to his memorial in San Diego,
Mhm.
everyone was not not happy, but it was more of a celebration of life than it was a funeral. And then we
Yeah,
went to
and
like
they dressed in
gay
drag
brunch the
and
next day, and it was,
yeah.
everybody just kept, and it didn't feel wrong to be happy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I remember I still look at the pictures sometimes will pop up, and when we were at the hotel, I remember that I think it was the first. time at the beach for me after top surgery.
Yes.
And in every single picture that we took, we went to the beach. It was right outside our hotel. And in every single picture, there is a little orb that
Oh.
hangs out in every single picture. And I remember looking at those pictures afterwards going, oh, he was totally hanging out with us. He was totally there.
Mhm.
Totally there. And I think that helped me. Um, and grief can be felt long term, just like, you know, the person that took forever to come out of losing their dad, you know, or it can be shorter. You know, some people grieve for months or even years before really being able to move on.
Mhm.
Some much shorter. And again, it doesn't make it wrong.
Wrong.
Some people never really get over the grief. So I actually an interesting little fact. My uncle actually sent me a PDF file of genealogy stuff that he's been compiling from that side of the family. And first of all, next week I may share some pictures because I come from some very. My daughter called my great great grandfathers iconic. She's like, oh my god, why is he an icon? I'll have to show you pictures because kind of
Oh.
fabulous. But I found out that my great great grandmother uh, died of grief after her husband was murdered. He was supposed to be heading back to Sweden. And before he was able to leave, he was robbed and murdered. And she died of a broken heart. She left three
I
young
I
children.
believe in that
Oh,
wholeheartedly.
100%. But
Mhm.
she ended up she left 3 young children to be raised by relatives. She just couldn't
Mhm.
not be without her husband, like, you know. Um, and not that I'm saying, you know, go that route, like, please don't go that route, like, you know. But some people really, really struggle with it, and just because someone seems to have moved on sooner than you have doesn't mean that they don't still think about the person or that they don't still mourn the person or they don't still
Mhm.
miss the
Mhm.
person.
Mhm.
They've just gotten to the point where it's easier for them to get to where they are able to find the good memories and not be sitting in the grief. And
Mhm.
again, that doesn't make it better. It's just how people process things. Um, and you have to remember that the face that someone puts on in public may not be the face that they have in private. You know, just because someone
True.
isn't posting all over Facebook about, you know, losing
Their
this individual or whatever,
feelings.
doesn't mean that they're not feeling something. It doesn't mean that they're not hurt or sad or upset. It just means that they're not putting everything on fucking Facebook. So if you don't see something on Facebook from someone that you think you should see something on Facebook from, don't automatically think, oh, well, why isn't this person saying anything? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Mhm.
not everybody puts all of their thoughts on social media, and that's okay. I think with in the age of technology that we're at, I think it's almost expected that if you don't put something on, you know, let me post RIP and a picture of them photoshopped onto a sky with angel wings or some shit. Like, I'm like, that doesn't, please don't do that to me. Or if you're gonna do that to me,
I might.
if you're gonna do that to me, make sure it is like just really badly photoshopped.
And I'll put a staircase.
Thank you. But the dimensions and the perspective have to be all wrong.
Yes, I'll
Like,
I'll get some clip art that doesn't go
yes,
together
perfect.
and merge it all together and
Thank
say,
you.
"Look,
Hmm.
everyone, I'm a professional."
And use like MS Publisher to like put the font on it and like the
Oh
squiggly
god.
wavy thing that
Oh, I
the
don't know if I
yeah.
could. Oh
I
no.
if you're gonna do it badly for me.
Oh
For me, this is
no.
what I expect for me. So
Oh
just
no.
FYI for now that this is on the interwebs for like all of eternity
Oh
for posterity.
no.
Uh, then, you
You're
know,
putting me in a hard place. I don't appreciate
these are
this.
things that I expect, especially if something happens and I, pass sooner than whatever. Make sure that I am badly photoshopped onto like clouds and a staircase and
I'm gonna
wings and
pass this
just
off to D
just
then. That's
badly.
fine.
Um so just,
I did wanna say before we leave the topic, um, there was a guest, that we had within our first season, um, Brian Anthony, um, and I was so proud of our first season because I had, like, rounded up these guests that I didn't think that I would ever speak to, and and, Brian was one of them, and so, um, he was on here, and, one day, I don't know what made me I have a T-shirt of his that he sent me,
Mm,
and so I wore it, and I was gonna, like, take a picture of it because I still have it because that's, like, over 10 years ago, right?
right.
And so then I looked him up, and I went down a rabbit hole. I don't even know if I told you this, um, and found out that he passed. And so I was like, "Oh my goodness." And so, like, I think things sometimes of, like, I wish I would have reached out to people, or I wish I would have said something, or,
I think
um,
I actually
you
found out someone. Do you remember, there was a king in Florida who used to follow us a lot, would watch our show
uh-huh.
all the time. Do you remember
Oh,
Vinny?
yeah.
I didn't know
Oh,
Vinny
wow.
actually passed a couple years ago. I had
No
no idea.
way.
I had no idea.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna start the grieving process.
Right. Right. But, it's and, just like my partner says, it puts things in perspective and makes you kind of face hard needed conversations, especially with partners and loved ones and things and end of life plans and all that good stuff. Like we're like, ugh, it's a hassle, but now I got to think about these things. And one,
I tell my kids all the time, "I only have 25 cents. You all split it."
but yeah, just be prepared for like a major drag, like yard sale in my backyard. I feel like that's going to be a thing. Um, and one thing I think needs to be said is that it's okay to be happy.
Mhm,
It's okay to celebrate the life, the person, the good times. And this goes with anything, the relationship that ended, the whatever. Like you're allowed to feel joy still. You're allowed to feel happy. You can miss the person. You can miss the relationship, the pet,
mm,
the whatever it is that you are grieving. You are allowed to miss them, but missing them doesn't mean that you have to be sad or you have to hurt the whole time. You're allowed to laugh in between the tears. And if you do find yourself, especially if it's still fresh and you're still dealing with the different stages and you're still processing, but you find yourself smiling or laughing or being happy, it doesn't mean that you don't miss them. It doesn't mean that you don't love them anymore. It
mhm,
just means that for a second, something other than the loss was able to come in and make you smile. And that is okay. You cannot beat yourself up about things like that. And, no matter how well you knew a person, losing them can still affect you. And it is okay to feel less grief while still feeling for the people or the community who knew them best.
mhm,
Like, and don't be like certain people who are in our community that try to like monopolize grief or try to pretend that they knew somebody better than they actually did. There is a person that has done that twice now with people in the community. And first of all, it's a shitty thing to do. no one likes you, they didn't like you, nobody likes you. Um,
Do we have
like
that when somebody in the community passed and
mhm,
we were all like,
yes.
they
Yep,
didn't like you,
right.
so
Yep, same person. Uh, you don't have to feel overwhelming grief for everybody. You may not have known somebody, but it's okay to still be like, to acknowledge the impact of the community, both of their life and their loss. And but you don't have to pretend that it is something that is heavy on you if it isn't. And other people should also understand that. Like, you didn't know them as well as these other people, so you don't
and
have to
sometimes
grieve the same way.
I do, if I do acknowledge or post it, I'll say, "Well, I didn't know so and so
Right.
as much as everybody else did, but
Right.
here's
Like, I
the
can
memory that
right.
I have," you know?
Right, I can say, our paths crossed for years, in different ways. We've shared, stages or whatever, but we weren't close. But, I remember this about them,
Mhm.
and it's an acknowledgement, but I don't have to you don't have to feel the same amount of grief as people that were closer to them, and that's okay too, and people shouldn't be guilting you for that. So thank you for, sticking through as we dealt with something a little bit heavier tonight, but I think it's a good thing to talk about. I think, not everything is always happy and fluffy. And I think that it's okay to acknowledge certain things. And I think that it's okay to talk about certain things because you never know who that conversation might reach and
Effect.
who, right. Like,
Mm.
you, there may be somebody that's struggling that for some reason happens upon this, and they're like, oh, you know what, this is actually a good conversation, I feel better, I feel, I understand my grief better, I understand my process better, or whatever. Not that I'm a psychologist in any way, shape, or form,
Well, I
but
was gonna say that if anything, if you feel like you need help processing,
yes,
please seek, um, like, therapy or,
absolutely, go find
um
professional help if needed, absolutely,
mhm, um,
absolutely.
been there, still going,
Yeah,
so um, but yeah, it helps, even if you just say what the memories are,
right.
it helps, that's all. Um, let's get into our current events, shall we?
Yay.
So this week on current events, so I was asked, uh, is- are they still in the chat? Um, by Brandon McGill, who has been on our show several times and is probably overdue for this season. Um, and so they asked for lighter news. So I did not put as much as I have been. And I tried to find good news, which either it's not labeled correctly or like Huffington Post had a good news section. That's trash. Um, if you don't believe me, type in Huffington Post good news or something, and it literally it's a sidebar to their daily conversation. So um, either I could have sworn that there was an actor, the guy from The Office, the U.S. version, if anybody is um
Steve
Pam's
Carell.
love interest guy.
Uh,
Um,
mm,
I
no
don't
idea.
remember the actor's name. But I thought during the pandemic he was doing good news, but I can't remember A, his name, and B, what the site was called. So
Cool.
I'll
Super helpful.
I'll look into it. But the first thing I found was um, this was on social media, and I thought it was funny only because I'll tell you in a minute. The U.S. penny has been retired. The U.S. Mint produced its last set of pennies. Mm.
R.I.P.
So we'll have to
Ooh,
greet the
can you
penny.
Photoshop the penny on a staircase in the
No,
clouds? I'm gonna do
no.
that. Watch me. I have Canva. I'm a graphic artist.
Many Americans are voicing their concerns. Meanwhile, Canadians and others were commenting that they got rid of their pennies and other small change a while ago, like more than a decade ago.
Yeah.
And some were laughing at us in the comments
Yeah.
of some of these social posts.
Yeah. We're a little behind. Most countries at this point have gotten rid of, like, depending on the, like, the currency, they're like the equivalent of like a 1 cent or maybe 2 cent,
Hmm.
because like
Because it cost almost 4 cents to produce a penny.
yeah, like
So it costs
it's not
more than the penny itself.
even a few years ago, it still cost more than the penny itself. It's gone up, but it was almost 2 cents per
To
penny
produce a penny.
to produce a penny. So now it's like 4 times the value of a penny to produce a penny. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, uh,
It wasn't cost efficient, folks, so
mm,
let's just leave it alone. Yeah. And like I said earlier, um, shortly after we signed off of the episode, Dump Truck signed off on so we could end the government shutdown, which started on October 1st. It was the longest, like 40 something days ever,
uh,
which is the longest,
mm,
whatever. Um, those who are expected to receive a check should receive like 70% within like 3 to 4 business days. I don't know what that, I think that's like today, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's about right.
And they'll receive 70%, and then they'll get the other 30% soon thereafter. I can't imagine if somebody was like, "I promise to pay." Hmm. And I was not sure, based on I couldn't get things to match up, if the military was able to make payments to their members or service members. And so I hope that they're included in the 70%. Um,
At the
SNAP,
very least, like, Jesus.
SNAP benefits, from what I can tell, have been restored. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. But from the stories, it looks like SNAP benefits have been restored. I have not seen, and I'm sure this will come down the pike later, um, because our governor went ahead and said, "Fuck that. Let's just
Right.
go ahead and feed our people," because she has a moral compass, um, if the state will be penalized or not. Oh, I'm glad you added that. It looks like American citizens will be getting what, a affiliate check um, of $2,000 from the money that we've earned off of
Right.
tariffs.
Right. Right. Oh, also, real quick, we found out why groceries are so expensive now.
Why?
Um, the South Americans are crossing the border with their cattle, carrying cow as they're climbing over walls and things. They're bringing their cattle with them. So you know what? I understand it now, and
What?
I get it. You know what? More props to them.
What?
If they are able to take their cattle and, like, lift them over the wall, I am
They're
happy to pay
amazing
more for
people.
beef. And
Wow.
bravo to you. South Americans must be incredibly strong, resilient people who are able to bring their cattle all the way from South America to the border and then get them
Oh
over the
my
wall.
god.
Yeah.
This was out of dump truck's mouth?
Yeah. Oh, and they're also buying all the houses.
Oh, with what money and how are they staying here when he keeps arresting
Welfare.
them through ICE?
Between the welfare and then bringing their cattle and selling their cattle, this is why they're buying all the
Oh.
houses. Yeah.
But also last week he said that um, Americans are not talented enough, so we need foreigners to come fill the positions here in America.
I mean, he's not entirely wrong, but
Mm.
when we're
So,
so low in
yeah,
education, it's like, but again, when it comes to people
dump
coming
truck.
in from other
It's
countries,
amazing.
they're not taking, Bubba's job at Burger King. They're being brought in to be engineers and, surgeons and shit because they're more qualified than what we're churning out. So,
And also, we don't want black people taking those jobs. So,
oh no, no. No, we can't have that. No, we can't have that. No. I mean, Charlie Kirk made that very clear and he was very,
and
that
according to recent memos, white people are afraid of becoming the minority. So
mhm.
yeah.
Well, I mean, just look at Nicki Minaj, who
Oh.
is very grateful to Trump for addressing the ongoing persecution of Christians in
Oh,
Nigeria
oh my God.
at the fucking United Nations of all fucking places. I mean, we're that's a whole other I
Is
I don't
she
even.
grabbing at straws?
She's trying to get her boyfriend pardoned. That's what she's trying to do.
The oh, mm. Isn't he a sex offender?
Yes. Yeah, that's why she's going for that pardon. She is going hard too. She has Trump's dick so far up her mouth. Ooh, I would call it an anaconda,
Wow.
but I don't think it is. But mm.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's reaching.
yeah.
She done lost her mind.
I'm like,
Yes.
first of all, you're gonna send Nicki Minaj to the fucking United Nations. I Okay. You're gonna talk about the persecution of Christians. Okay, I like this is bizarro world. I swear to God, I don't even.
I would like
I
to I would like to figure
cannot.
out which portal I went in to get to this multiverse. I don't think I'm in the right place.
There's an episode of Next Generation where there's multiple wormholes and there's like 6 or 7 uh different enterprises that have all converged on this one area, and they're all going through different shit. Like some of them, like
Mhm.
Picard's dead and Riker's taken over, and there's other ones that are like, no, we're fine. And the other ones are like this military, like and I feel like we're just stuck here and we're like bouncing between these wormholes and these fucking alternate universes. I don't even.
I need
I I
I need books
I
to get
it's
it together because
I
yeah, I don't
This is
know
why
what's
the Onion doesn't post anymore, because it can't. It doesn't. You can't make satire when like real headlines are like,
worse than the
oh,
satire.
right. Like you
Like,
can't
I feel like
be
10 years ago, if you would have said Nicki Minaj went to the UN and said, "Thank you, Donald Trump," I would be like, "Oh my god, that's so funny." But it's real.
right. Like that does it sounds like a fucking headline from the Onion, Nicki Minaj said to UN to blah blah blah. You'd be like, okay, whatever. Like,
Yeah, you're like, "Okay, that's cute."
yeah, yeah,
But when I
mm,
read that, I was like, "Oh, no, no. Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah. I, 'cause you can't make this
No."
shit up. You cannot make this shit up. I don't even.
I'm gonna look at the history books, like, 10, 20 years from now and be like,
I'm
"Yeah,
gonna. I
we
can't wait to
lived through
see
that
like as an
bullshit."
old man sitting there and like going like seeing my grandkids bring home like a history book or whatever, and I'll be like, what are they saying in here? I'll be like, I remember
Mhm.
when that happened.
Or you're
Uh,
thinking, "Oh, is this real?" Yeah, it
yeah.
happened. Mhm.
Mhm.
Speaking of, I can't believe this happened. Retired trans military folks are suing dump truck for stopping their retirement payments. There are about 17 transgender members of the Air Force that are
Yep.
suing the U.S. government over the military's unlawful revocation of
Mhm.
their early retirement pensions and benefits. The lawsuit filed on Monday. A lot of stuff happened on Monday. Oh
Lots of
my
things happen on
goodness.
Monday.
Comes several months after the Air Force confirmed that it would deny all. And I want you to know that trans people are like 1%, if that, of the military. It just, I don't
Right.
understand. I
But
don't.
of that 1%, if you have served your fucking time, just like any other fucking
But I
military
don't understand why
serviceman,
they're
like,
going after a specific group.
because genitals.
That's so weird to me. They did their time,
They don't care. You know,
and they
it's
probably
would it
transitioned
support our
in the
troops?
service.
Except not like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So they were denied. We're denying all trans service members in the Air Force, at least. I don't know if I need to do deeper research to see if any other have been affected. But these people have served between 15 and 18 years,
Yep.
and
They're
they were
eligible
given
for their
the
benefits.
option to get early retirement, and somehow they got separated out and are
Yep.
not receiving any benefits, even though they technically are saying, like, we are sacrificing ourselves for your
Right.
freedom.
Right. And they're suing somebody that basically is a draft dodger who never served in anything but
That has
thinks he
no right
knows
to say
better.
anything.
No.
Mm,
No.
got it. Got it.
Mm.
Got it. Right. And speaking of things we can't believe, so Michelle Obama um, has been releasing video after video as she's going on book tour for it's a lookbook that she's releasing for her different looks as when she was in the White House with Barack Obama. Uh, First and foremost, I want to say that I almost got in a Twitter fight because people kept saying things like Jackie O, and I'm like, okay, but she's she can be there. Michelle Obama could be there. Like, what is the problem? Why do people have a problem with A, women, B, black women? I don't understand.
And
Please,
that's it
somebody.
right there. That's it right there.
Yeah, and
Like,
I
it'd be
kept
one thing if
seeing,
she were just a woman, but she's not just a woman.
yeah, it is so so irritating. But Michelle Obama has been asked several things on this tour, and the one that has stuck out the most, and the media ran with it. I knew they were gonna run with it. Um, Somebody asked her, would she run for president? And she said, please, please stop asking this question because you're lying. You all are lying to yourselves and lying to me. You're not ready for a woman to be president or to lead this country. Like, no. Like, and she said, don't waste my time.
Mhm.
If you don't believe
I'll
me,
tell you,
find the video.
man, I tell you, if she decided to run, I would be at the poll. First thing, I would be right there. I'd be like, big black marker, Michelle Obama. Like, I would,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we've already tried a couple times, but
And we had very,
Harris
n-
shot herself in the foot. That Harris
yeah.
fucked herself over. 100% fucked herself over.
But also, Michelle Obama clarified for folks that are non textured, non curly hair. why um, people of color don't go swimming or get their hair wet. And she did a very good job. Very good job. I will leave it at that, and you can go find the video and be educated that way.
I don't have that problem.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm like a seal. I'm just slick.
Okay, so this was interesting. Trump has flipped and is now in favor of releasing all the Epstein files. He's also in favor of something else that I read, and I was like, huh? Like, like as we were getting ready for the election, you said no. And now what? So, which tells me that they've gone through and scrubbed any mention of him, or someone has promised him immunity or something. S- uh, Speaking of the onion, but there were many people that were doing this. So, I want to set us up for no surprises. What I think is going to happen is I think you're going to see like a name, and then you're going to see the whole document.
Totally redacted.
Yeah.
Completely redacted.
And then you're
Or
going to, a certain word will be available, and you go,
right.
okay, so what does that mean?
Or it'll be like it'll be like the blackout, redacted, redacted. Yes, redacted. Like there's only like you won't know anything. They will have gone through and redacted so much of those files that it'll be just a one black piece of paper. That's it.
Mhm.
Because
So
there's
you'll get
no way.
what you wanted, but it'll
Right.
be on his terms.
There is no way that he is going to let everything be released as they are. No
Not
fucking way.
guilty.
No
Not
fucking way.
guilty.
What needs to
Not
happen is people need to
guilty.
start pushing to get the non-redacted. Like, I don't give a fuck whose name is in it. Take it all away. I don't care. I want to see it. I want to see nothing redacted. I don't want, except for the survivors and the victims' names.
Well, they
Go
released.
ahead and
Oh, I forgot to put that in here. They released a PSA. They want it
right.
released non-redacted, but
Yeah,
we'll see what's going on here.
like it's so it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be stupid. Uh,
Okay, on to health news. Meditation can boost resilience, pain relief, and stress recovery. In a recent study,
says Buddhism for thousands of years and
yes. Now the
Hinduism
white
for
people have caught
thousands
up.
of years.
The white people have caught up now. Stop it. Stop it. There's African spirituals too that have kind of like the same. It's when we get to the white people, they don't. They're like busy, busy, hustle, hustle, work, work. So this is where we are. Anyway, in a recent study at the University of California, San Diego, they observed 20 adults who took part
20,
in,
just
yeah,
20.
just 20.
Just
That's
20.
the part that I
Because
thought was
that's a
the
good
most important.
sample. That's a
Yeah,
good sample. If you're gonna do research, 20 is the number.
yeah, I had to include that detail because I was gonna be like, maybe I take it out, but
Meanwhile, millions of Buddhists and Hindus around the world are
we didn't
like,
include them. We did not include them
duh.
in this study.
People are
We
so
did not
stupid. I
include
cannot. I
them in this
cannot.
study.
Oh my god! But 20 white people say, that.
The people of color have been doing it for a while now. But we don't know anything. Remember, we talked about this at the top of the show.
That's true.
We don't know anything, so
No.
can't do that. Anyway, so the things that we've known for years, they released a study. This I found interesting. Scientists have got their teeth in a novel material that could revolutionize tooth repair. Currently, there is no way to regrow enamel, but and if you don't know what enamel is, it's the protective layer of your tooth that keeps it from decaying. It's like the can I do it? Yeah, that. Um, but that could be changing real soon because scientists in the UK developed a gel that has shown to repair enamel. Not like how the
What?
cheap little toothpastes
Right.
say, like, we can repair enamel.
Right. No, that's not it.
No, they're slowing down the decay. That's what they're doing.
Right.
But this actually could. It's a
Hmm.
protein based gel that contains a modified version of a protein that acts like, can you say that? A melatonin?
Um,
A melatonin?
a melatonin.
Okay. Which encourages the growth of enamel in infants.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Well,
almost like stem
well, we grow.
cells, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I think of it as. Which does that mean that it won't be allowed here because we're very limited on
Probably.
stem cell
Well, it
things?
won't be allowed here because it's beneficial and then would take away from like
Oh, that's right. Just
spending
like
money at, you know,
non-processed foods is not
right.
can't even
Because we
send
have
it
to
in the
keep we have to
mail.
keep funding big pharma. We have to keep funding, all the medical things because if we cured things like cancer, we'd have no need for like medical professionals.
But I read
And if
today
we
that
like
they're working on a cancer vaccine.
sure. And if we like fixed our teeth and we wouldn't have to like have completely pointless dental insurance and then go spend thousands at the dentist anyway.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
Right.
Putting sugars in cereals and things
Mhm.
has nothing to do with us, I promise. Um, I thought this was pretty cool. Vending machines are usually, speaking of um, health hazards full with like sodas, candy bars, things that I love to eat in very wide volume that you're not supposed to have. But in downtown Washington, um, you're greeted by a very different story, many different stories. In fact, all written by local authors and available for purchase in what is called the Lit Box vending machine,
Hmm.
a mere 10-minute walk from the White House where banned books are encouraged.
Right. Where I feel like the reading fundamentals are lacking anyway.
I don't think he knows how to read. Litbox was launched by the author Lauren Woods in a bid to promote and celebrate
Hmm.
smaller press books that have to contend with the hyper competitive publishing industry and the current administration's slashing of federal funding for the arts
That's
and,
cool.
and promoting banned books. I
That's
don't think he
cool.
understands what banned books are, but he promotes that. So that's my happy
Ugh.
news. I hope I fulfilled, the
We tried
request.
to keep it a little bit lighter on the news since we were dealing with more heavy stuff. But
Yes.
it's
Yes, 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 yes. So speaking of promoting things, I have drag bingo tomorrow at Drink Me Tea Room. We have some spots available. It's the Scary Merry Christmas drag bingo. Um, the funny thing is,
wow.
like,
Is that hat like photoshopped? Because it looks so real.
yeah, I did that on purpose because I was like, I did everything else, and then I was like, "Oh, I forgot to make it, like, Christmassy." If you can't make fun of yourself, you might as well just get out of the game. Anyway,
Hire Felicia for all of your graphic design
I
needs.
mean, I can stick a hat on anything. I'm gonna stick Freddy in front of a staircase
I'm
that's in
gonna
the
do that
middle
with the
of
penny. Just
clouds,
wait. Just wait.
and that's in the middle of clouds that are different colors and
Right.
or have different shadows in different places.
Mhm.
Don't think I don't notice when people post flyers like that. Especially people that ask me the pricing of mine and then post their own. Anyway, um, so that's tomorrow at 5:30. And then the one after this will be Winter Wonderland Drag Bingo, and that's on the 4th. And then you have the Sugar
Um,
Plum Showdown.
yes, on the 7th, it's a holiday bake-off. It's gonna be super fun. It's an 18 and over event. There's gonna be no alcohol, but we will have mocktails available. And we're gonna have some guest judges. You can either enter a baked good to be judged, or you can pay $5 and you can taste and you can vote for Taster's Choice. We'll have like some holiday themed entertainment. And it's all benefiting Drag Story Hour Arizona. So it should be a good time. Come out for that.
I have
Come
not
get your
corrected the
holiday
next one.
on.
I did
Should
not
be,
correct
it
the
should be,
next one.
oh, no.
You're right. You're
But
welcome.
it should be fun. And if you have questions about either wanting to enter or anything about the event, go ahead and reach out and I will answer what I can.
Is this going to be like the what is that show? The Great British
Great
Bake Off?
British Bake Off. Yes, absolutely.
Will you like tell me and shake your head, just walk away and
I will. Yeah, I'm not judging officially.
oh yes you
Officially,
oh
I'm not judging. Other
I was
people
gonna
are judging
say
officially. I am not.
oh, okay. I feel like you would judge harshly though. I'm
I
not
would, which
baking.
is why I'm letting other
I'm
people
not baking.
judge.
I'd be out. And then on the 11th of December, we have sex trivia at Gracie's Tax Bar. It's at 8 o'clock, and the person that put the time on there put the wrong time. So
It's terrible.
you're welcome. It's because I wasn't photoshopping stairs. Um, anyhow, let's so we book us for your holiday gatherings, your office parties, um bar mitzvahs, uh, you know,
All the things.
we're here for you. We're here. Send us a message. Uh, let's get ready to say goodbye. It's never
Wave
easy.
goodbye like this. We wave goodbye.
Oh
No, oh, sorry,
no,
wrong. No.
Michelle would be so happy. Can't wait for her to watch this. Oh boy, and you did it without the words. Wonderful.
That one I know. It's some of the other ones that I'm
Questionable. It's never easy letting go of someone we love as we try to hold on to their memory or carry on their legacy. But the common thread between us all is we are rich in time. The time we spend together, the time we create memories, the time we work alongside each other, the feelings we have for one another, and the lasting impression we leave. That's the wealth we have. We never know when the balance will run out. When the time comes for our loved ones to leave us, it feels like they're yanked, we're halted for a moment, and time knows no emotion and keeps moving us forward like gravity forces us to the ground. We need to be more considerate of everyone affected. Everyone. You never know how someone might be grieving or how suddenly life can change. It's a rough reminder that mortality doesn't give notice and it can catch us off guard, especially when we think we have more time.
We
I think
always
that all
think
the
we have more
time.
time. We always think we have more time. We
Yeah.
never think that it's we never think about it. We always assume we have more time.
Why do you think I'm always late? Because I always think I have more time. Um, um, take the time to cherish your chosen family, friends, and loved ones. Take photos, send voice messages, and more importantly, tell them you love them and that you care while they're still here.
But still don't call me because I'll still hit ignore and
Yeah,
then
he
text you and
doesn't
be like, "Hey,
answer the
what's going on?"
fucking phone. That's fine.
Just text me. That's just text me. If you call me, then Don't call me.
Uh, um, as the doors have opened for the government, mm, we also need to invest our time in our trans siblings to make sure that they are supported and able to spend more time with us, living their life.
Tomorrow is transgender day of
Yes, I meant to
remembrance.
add that to
Yeah.
um,
So
the
what we
listing.
don't want are more names added to the list of people that we have
Correct.
lost through violence.
Yikes. Um, for folks to live with us, living their lives authentically, instead of trying to prove why they exist, their need for basic human rights, respect, or even being remembered only in a distant memory, especially during Trans Awareness Week and Month, because I keep seeing week, but we forgot about the whole damn month. um, we still have unsolved crimes, murders, and everyday discrimination happening against our trans family. Let's be intentional about showing up for each other, not just. I understand like throwing fundraisers and things, but if we're not like going to like senators, if we're not going
Right.
to places where they're having city council meetings and
Right.
deciding if they want to have trans bathrooms, we're not doing the right things.
And we can tell when something is performative. Like we can tell when you're jumping on the bandwagon for, you know, Trans Day of Visibility or Trans Day of Remembrance
Mhm.
or whatever it is. We can tell when it's not genuine or authentic. So, eh,
Also, the
mm,
next time we take photos, we need to retake our photo, and we need to
yes.
not. I need to not be in it the way I was before, because that whatever.
Uh,
Um, and as we enter the holiday season, no matter what your beliefs, let's hold close the memories and celebrate the lives of those we lost this year, carrying their love and spiritual presence with us into the next year and the years to come. Invest your time in people who choose you and the people you choose in return. I cannot stress how important that is. Send love, create memories, and give the gift of presence, not presents. Presence.
I mean, I'll take
Right?
both.
It's the
I
most
have a wish
valuable
list on
thing.
Amazon.
Oh, God. It's the most valuable thing you can share. And with that, thank
I
you for
will say
joining us.
I will say real
Yes?
quick, the memories is the biggest thing for me
Yes.
because when it comes down to it, that's all we've got. Like, photographs
Absolutely.
will phase although, like but take the pictures, take the stuff is stuff, but it's the memories when you look at the stuff, when you look at that photo, when you look at
I just
whatever it
asked, don't
is,
post
like
the first 5 years of my drag career. Those were kinda
oh, no,
rough.
those are very precious memories to me. When our foundation matches, like, that makes me happy. But the memories are all we end up being left with, regardless of whatever it is. Like, I will I can look at something and I can be like, "Oh, okay, I know when I got that." But again, that's a memory that is tied to that
Mhm.
object. So make those memories.
Absolutely. So with that, thank you for joining us. I hope that we were able to be a little lighthearted, and we will see you next week for your Wednesday night conversation. Good
Good
night.
night.